Hey Naked Rainbow team, Tongers here. I'm going to talk really quick about how to use our Naked Rainbow Trello board. Now I know a lot of people haven't used it yet. Don't worry, it's very simple, and I'll link to you some guides and some videos on how to use it. They're really short. You can browse through them if you like, and then this video will be more specific on how we use our Trello board because every team uses it a little bit differently. It's very customizable, which is what makes it so awesome and so helpful. Now, when you sign on the Trello, which you should have gotten a link, let me know if you didn't. I think I added everyone who's the team lead, but I may have missed a few, so let me know. It'll look like this. You'll have your own welcome board, which gives you tips and tricks on how to use Trello, so very recommended read if you have some time. And then you should see this Naked Rainbow team. I've added the people here so you can see your members. And on that team, you'll have different boards. We currently only have one board, the Team Lead Task Tracker. As you click on it, you'll see that this here is our main Trello board. I've designed it in a way so that we can see everything at a glance and that all team leads can just use this one Trello board. If you want to create another Trello board for your own separate teams, feel free to do so. But for now, this will just be one collaborative board for everyone. Now, the way Trello works is it's a system of lists and cards. As you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lists currently, and a bunch of different cards, little white rectangles. These lists can be named pretty much anything you want, hence the flexibility and customization of Trello and why people like it so much. The way I set it up currently is sort of like a workflow. You have these new items, in progress, events / deadlines, in queue / back burner, completed canceled, important items, and move team. So in order, the lists are pretty self-explanatory. Anytime we create a new card, we'll put it in this new items this week list. So you can add a card like this. Currently, I just added this today, the warehouse supply move, which will be happening on Saturday. And then I labeled it and added information to it. So let's go ahead and go through building a card right now. So you can click on add a card. You can name anything you want. So for this case, let's just say Trello tutorial, which is something that I need to make. Right, click enter, click on it, and this is called the backup of a card. And in here you can add description. In this case, I'll just add make simple YouTube. Oh, can't type today. Tutorial, and click save. You can add names. In this case, you can also add your members. So in this case, I'll add myself so that I know that I'll be part of that team. And the cool thing is you can add labels. I have color-coded these different labels. They're all custom made. You can create new ones here. And these will match our spreadsheet. So I also color-coded the teams. This way we know at a glance which team is involved in whichever task or card is currently active. So I'll do that, logistics I suppose. And then you can add a due date. Throw that on as today. I'll save. You can add a checklist of items if you want. There's a lot of different things you can do here. You can add attachments, Slack, Google Drive, really cool, a lot of things. And add comments as well. So there it is. So as you can see, because I set it for 9 a.m., that date shows up here, and it's actually red because it has passed that due date. See, past due. So if I change this to 11:30 p.m., it should turn. Oh, still past due. Is it past already? I guess here. Now it's yellow because it's due soon. Right, and these are past due. These are past completed, actually. So that's how you create cards. Cards are also easily moved. You just click and drag. To add people, you can also use the menu here and actually click someone and move them onto your card there like that. But for now, we'll just continue with the list. So in this case, we'll add new cards to this column here. And then at the end of the week, either me, Ellen, or Chi will move cards to whatever column they belong to. So it's pretty simple. In progress, events in line, self-explanatory. This important items list is actually not part of the workflow, but it's almost like a sticky note that we'll just leave there always. It has our color key for the different labels, just for reference, and then all the dates that we currently have available. And we'll continue to add to this as we learn more. Yeah, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Whenever you have a new task, just click on it, add a card, add whatever information is relevant, add whatever team members you have that may be interested, and then make sure to label it correctly. So in this case, say I was on the logistics team and I sign onto the board and there's a bunch of cards everywhere. So it looks really confusing at first. But I just remember that, oh yeah, not all these will apply to me. Click on the color key. I'm on the logistics team, so I only need to worry about black cards. And I'll see, oh, it's just these two here, the warehouse supply move that's kind of logistically related, Trello tutorial, and the DGS ticket distribution. Everything else is going to be other teams. I don't have to worry about it. I can always go in and look at it, but for the most part, you have to only worry about your colors. And say if I wanted to learn more about the shade structure design, even though I'm not on that team or color, I can always go there and subscribe to it. When you subscribe to it, you'll get notifications when there's an update to it. So if Brent were to go in and type comment, an update, it'll notify everyone who's on the team members and subscribe to it. And that's basically how we're going to use Trello. If you want to add more lists, feel free to do so. Any more custom lists you want, just go ahead and type whatever name you want, press enter, and it'll create a new list. And you can add cards and whatnot. But for the most part, let's leave this main team lead task tracker as an overall overview of tasks to do, and not so much like a individual team task tracker. If you want to create your own team task tracker, create another board with your team, and that way you guys can just create whatever tasks need to be done. This is more for someone like Ellen who wants to know, hey, what's going on with the shade structure, and she doesn't want to have to go back to the Slack channel, read hundreds of different messages going back and forth. Just go in here, click on the card. We'll only update with the most relevant stuff. So we don't want to have random idle chat, but more just, hey, this is what's been done, this is what we're working on, this is who's doing it. And then she can just look there and know what's happening and not have to email and text and do all the stuff because, you know, she's really busy, everyone's really busy. This would be a great tool for us to just streamline everything going forward because we have 4 months left and it's going to get really crazy and hectic with 120 people. But feel free to use this tool. I know not everyone will want to use this tool. I think it's great, and it'll be great if everyone else also uses it. But I understand everyone has their own way of doing things. I made this for you guys, and if you know how to use it, hopefully you do. If not, that's cool too. Any questions? Let me know, and hopefully you all enjoy Trello. Thanks.